Hi there, I didn't see you there. Welcome to That 90s Spider-Man Show. Welcome to Season 2 of That 90s Spider-Man Show. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is a podcast where we talk about Spider-Man the Animated Series, episode by episode. My name's Henry, I'm one of your hosts today, and alongside me is Jack.
Hello.
And today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 1, which is called the Insidious Six. Insidious.
Yeah, let's get sinister. I mean...
Let's get insidious. Which doesn't have the same kind of ring to it.
It's a good word, though. I mean, insidious is a great word. It's like
insidious.
I'd say it's in my top 10 words.
Yeah, it's something that Vincent D'Onofrio would say.
Yeah.
Compared to sinister.
Well, it's something that Wilson Fisk would say with great vigour in this
Incredible
show as well.
Yeah.
In
Insidious.
I know you're on your D'Onofrio, like...
I'm on my D'Onofrio show. Always on my D'Onofrio show.
Yeah, but the voice actor for Wilson Fisk in this, I've forgotten his name again, but he's so fucking good.
He's excellent.
And he's really good in this episode as well.
There's some very good voice talents.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a lot of that to look forward to in Season 2, Episode 1. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, for our loyal fans from last season. But yeah, let's swing right in, guys. We start in Season 2 with Spider-Man talking to a gargoyle, which is where we all want to be, really.
Yeah. Now it's a callback.
It's a callback now, I guess.
When did he... I can't remember what
it's just like a bit he started at the end of
he
season
started last one, yeah. It's cute, it's fine.
It's kind of cute. And he's like, yeah, like, you can laugh at all my jokes, and it's like this gargoyle. You remember that point, that Spider-Man is just so profoundly lonely.
Yeah, and that's what he starts talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right at the start, because he's reminiscing about, like, Felicia Hardy and Mary Jane, all these love interests, and how he's, like, actually alone. And he kind of is, because as far as I remember, both those relationships kind of ended, or kind of like
he
had
screwed
false,
up, and
they kind of had false starts, right?
Yeah, a lot of false starts.
It's a failure to launch.
Yeah.
I wish I could do a McConaughey voice, but I can't.
I wish I prepared one. Damn. But yeah,
Always next time.
So yeah, Spider-Man's swinging around, like, reminiscing about all the times he fucks, and
didn't fuck.
Of course. But as he's swinging around, he tries to stick him into a wall, and what happens? He slips. And yeah, he manages to right himself. He's kind of like slipping around, like, my powers, what's happening with my powers? And at some point, he falls from a great distance.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, nothing can save me now. And he kind of just falls and falls and falls. And luckily, wouldn't you know, there's a guy, like, carrying chicken feathers?
Oh, right, yeah, and he just dumps them in the trash.
What's the story behind that?
I don't know.
Why does he have so many chicken feathers?
I mean, it's got to be just some Looney Tunes gag of, like, he needs to land on something soft. But it is really great.
It's really stupid.
I think it's interesting in him, like, losing his powers, because it's actually, like, there's way more stakes to it than, like, any other superhero, really. Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, Superman would be pretty bad if he was flying through the air, but, like, you really get the sense of, like, if you were to just, as he normally is, just, like, walking on walls and swinging around, and he's on top of a skyscraper, and then you're like, oh, I literally just have to hold on to things now.
Yeah.
Then that actually goes from being, like, simple to pretty
wildly
scary.
Complicated, yeah. And, like, Spider-Man's whole deal is that, like, he can do anything a spider can, and when he can't do that, it's just kind of terrifying to watch.
Yeah, he's just man.
Man does anything a man can. Walks on walls. No, he doesn't walk on walls. He walks on the ground. He gets shot by bullets. He sees thieves and he calls the cops. Look out. It's a man.
Man blood. Regular man blood.
So ukulele solo is just like ding ding ding.
Ukulele. Well, that's the non-radioactive form of the guitar.
Yeah, it's a ukulele.
Anyway, well, the other thing we didn't mention, we said this episode was called the Insidious Six.
Yeah.
But, well, first of all, actually, do you know why it's called the Insidious Six and not Sinister Six?
I'm assuming Avi Arad.
Well, sort of. Apparently, it's like a network censor thing. And I don't know if this is verified or not. This is another thing which, like, the, what's his name? John Semper Jr., like, the sort of showrunner, producer, creator guy. He mentioned something about this online, I think in, like, a Facebook Q&A or something. Basically, yeah, network censors were like, you can't use the word sinister.
Oh, fuck, why?
I don't know. I think it's something about, like, it being too frightening.
Sinister. compared to Insidious.
It's funny though, because Insidious is basically the same word. It's just that, like,
I'm pretty sure it's the name of like a horror film, right?
Well, yeah,
it wasn't
not
back then.
not in 94 or 95 or wherever we are now.
But it's a scarier word for me.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just that people don't know what it means, so it's just like...
Isn't that like scarier because it's the fear of the unknown as well?
Once you get scared of every word you don't know.
Oh god, what does that word mean?
Chlorophyll. Oh. The weirdest thing as well is that they say it's too scary a word, but at the same time, the X-Men series was on, which has a villain called Mr. Sinister.
But maybe the Mr. makes it less sinister.
Yeah, it's just his surname. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just a Sinister family. But that could be the same case with the Sinister Six. Like, they could be like the same family, just like, all the kids.
It's just a weird detail. The other thing I was going to say about the title is that technically this isn't just the Insidious Six. It's also Neogenic Nightmare Part 1.
Oh shit!
Because that comes up at the screen at the start. It's like Neogenic Nightmare in small letters, and then
it's like a subtitle.
It's kind of like the alien costume.
Really?
But these also have their own titles. So I think this is like a 6-episode arc. They're a bit more loosely connected.
A bit like a comic book would be.
I think they're just introducing a lot of elements, and I'm assuming it all has to do with the Neogenic Recombinator.
Which is going a place. Like,
yeah, and I can't believe I said that out loud and it worked.
Yeah.
In my mouth.
I was expecting your mouth to just fall down the stairs there. Like, I've screwed up easier things to say.
Yeah. Going back to the actual episode.
Yeah. So, we've got Spider-Man some chicken feathers, just about escapes with his life. From that exciting point, we go to a board meeting. It's Kingpin.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. No, this is the most exciting board meeting in the world. This is my favourite scene.
It's so ridiculous.
Straight away, like, I just... there's 2 characters in this that I didn't think were in the show.
Yeah.
And the other one just came in early. But you got... I don't know how many people are in this meeting. Right?
It's like 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, there's like a group of people, but most of them are nondescript, apart from fucking Silvermane is there.
Yeah.
Hammerhead is there.
Yeah. And
the Owl.
Who the guy without all the fucking pupils? Who the fuck was that guy?
Yeah, he's mainly a Daredevil villain, I think, but he's another crime guy who he has like a harness that means that he can fly, and his surname is Owlsley. He's in the Daredevil show.
Oh, I think, yeah.
But of course, in the Daredevil show, he's just a guy who like falls down and dies.
Oh, and like
he gets killed in like episode like 4.
And isn't like his son or something in it or something like that?
I don't know. He gets like offed in a really like because he's just a crime guy.
Yeah,
like a shady businessman. But then in the comics, he's obviously a bit more ludicrous.
Yeah.
And then you got Silvermane, he
will show up at some point in the show.
Yeah, he gets more stuff later. I don't know if the Owl does, but Silvermane is just like a old like mafia boss guy in the comics, and then Hammerhead, who we briefly talked about.
In Weird Law 4. Yeah,
in Weird Law Bullshit Corner number 4, Doc Ock and Aunt May's wedding. If you want to check out that episode, we talk about Hammerhead a little bit, but he's like got the metal plate in his head, and he's an old timey gangster, and he's just there, and
he doesn't have any lines.
It's just they keep cutting to them. I think they know that they're cool, and they spent the time on the design. So there's loads of bits in the scene where they just cut to their faces for no reason,
looking impressed at their crime.
Look at them.
Yeah,
this scene is crazy, right?
It's amazing. So Kingpin is effectively having like a quarterly meeting where he's talking about like the numbers for crime.
It's all the jokes we said last season that like are actually coming true. Where
it's
like,
such stupid shit.
It's like, look, theft is up 40%.
We're having a very good quarter. What was it, like our smuggling operation is like 40% more productive than usual. We're having a good quarter. Like if we keep this up, we're gonna be able to like make like way more money than we thought.
The thing that was funny about it to me was less that it was like the whole, Q4 meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
But they weren't really focusing on the money. It was the crime.
Yeah.
It was like these guys love crime. They don't. It's not about like
money.
Because like the whole point is like you have a business and then you make some of the money illegally, whatever your business is on that scale. But he's just like, no, theft is up.
Theft is up. What kind of fucking mathematician is going there, like, putting up all the theft in a report?
Yeah, he's just like fucking like going around just summoning crime. It's just I don't know, he's like Ares with just like making people fight around him. It's just like, it's weird, but it's just so silly.
It's like goading like adults into buying alcohol for children, so you put it on his crime metrics for that month.
Also, did they do an establishing shot? Is this happening in the crime headquarters?
It's happening in like Wilson Fisk crime headquarters.
What do they call that again? Crime Central. Yeah, yeah.
Crime Central.
But the weird thing, they also have. I mean, I'll step on the next bit, but like he gets like Silvermane turns on him, right?
Yeah, like Silvermane's not happy with the numbers. He's like, look, the numbers are okay, but there's another problem. And then we cut to like a screen, and like Kingpin has been like seat belted in his own chair.
Cables come out and wrap around him and like hold him to the chair.
You know, these aren't design vehicles; like, they're stretching even as he sits there.
Yeah,
like, he's obviously not like made them for himself. He's made them for like regular sized people. So it's like they're really struggling.
This whole scene is like, it just blows by so fast, but it's so confusing.
It's so insane.
Yeah, because you think, wait, this is Kingpin's chair in his place, and Silvermane gets him to be tied up, and you think, oh no, he's betraying Kingpin, he's taking control. But then Kingpin like bursts out like immediately, and it's like,
he quips it in.
And he's like, no,
I got this, you guys.
You know, I know there's a Spider-Man problem, but I'll take it out. I've got a plan. And it's like, what's going on here?
What's the point of that?
It's just insane.
Imagine getting into like a quarterly meeting with like your boss, and he like ties you up, and he's like, "Look,
yeah, or if you just
your numbers are down this month."
It's like someone saying like, "Okay, well, you're fired because you know you sucked this quarter," and then that person goes, "No, I'm not," and they're like, "Oh, okay." Because that's all it's all just a setup for them to him to say, "I've got a plan to take care of Spider-Man."
Yeah.
And then
we actually see what he does to take care of Spider-Man.
And then we cut straight to the prison break, which is
stupid as hell.
This whole bit is so great.
It's so great.
I love a good prison break anyway.
We start with a spider robot like climbing into a prison.
It's like almost like a beetle robot.
Yeah,
it's like experimenting with different
kinds of
insect robots now.
Yeah, he got bored of spiders. They reminded him too much of his dead father, so he's like spreading out the beetles.
Yeah, and of course we're talking about Alistair Smythe.
Obviously, the Spider Slayer himself. We cut to the Chameleon, where he's just like lying in bed, like regretting his choices, and he kind of sees this robot, and he's like, "What is this?" And it kind of opens up, and he has this walkie-talkie inside, and he's like, "In 15 minutes, I'm gonna break you out." Yeah, and he has to get out. He has to get out these people.
It's a video screen one as well.
Yeah, it's very sophisticated for like 1995.
Yeah,
and this is when because this prison guard, who looks a bit like Mahershala Ali, to be honest.
Does he?
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't notice.
He has a little like moustache, and obviously he's black, and he kind of walks in. And I don't know what this guy, how long this guy has been on the job, but he's definitely fired because he looks into like this cell, and he must know that like this is a guy who changes into other people.
Right.
And he looks in and he sees the prison warden, and he's like, "What are you doing in there, prison warden?" And he just opens the door without asking any other questions.
Was he given his belt back by Alistair Smythe?
No, I don't think he was.
That must have been, because that's the only way that scene makes sense. Because otherwise, why? Also,
that thing was broken because Spider-Man punched it to destruction last time.
What did Smythe say anyway?
It was something like, "There's a holocaust coming in 15 minutes. You know what to do," or something like that.
Oh, okay. So maybe like Chameleon, he could have got out, but he couldn't have actually got anywhere. He would have just been able to trick one guard.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
and everyone else who is competent will be like, "Go back in your cell, Chameleon."
Yeah.
This guy is so fired.
The whole outfit and technology situation in this whole bit is off the wall.
Ridiculous. Like the Chameleon stuff doesn't make any sense because that just shouldn't work. It's like they'd like fix it in prison for him and like, okay, now don't use this. We're only fixing it because we felt bad for you, but don't use it.
Well, he just convinces them that that's the only way his trousers will stay up.
You want to stop seeing this chameleon dick? You got to do something. It's so like really discolored, like his skin is.
Well, maybe like Spider-Man's the only one who noticed that he was pressing a button and taking photos with the crotch cam.
Yeah.
What's the next guy? The next stage.
So we've got Quentin Beck, who is obviously Mysterio.
Yeah.
We've got Matt Gargan, who is the Scorpion.
Yeah.
And we've just got Shocker. He's just there.
Yeah, Shocker, like...
in his Shocker costume.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning. They cut to Quentin Beck in his civilian clothes, in like, you know, the inmate clothes. Same thing with Matt Gargan, who had a suit that as far as we knew,
It's like stuck to him. So
stuck to him. I can't remember if that was just the comics or that happened in the Scorpion episode last season, but we thought he was stuck in it. He was angry that he was made into a monster.
Yeah.
And then also, you only get a glimpse of him, but he looks like the
regular Matt
Gargan, who was just some dude. But then when he gets his suit back, he's like full Scorpion form again.
Maybe he's just like a hench Matt Gargan now.
Yeah, maybe, because we only kind of see his head. But then you cut to Shocker,
who's just like in his regular costume, but he's got like a prison outfit over his.
Yeah, he's got like pajamas over the yellow costume and the mask, and he's in bed.
He's been like living like that for like ages because no one knows he's.
Also, it doesn't make any sense because all the other ones have reasons not to take their suit off. Like, this is bonded to you, or you've been transformed. He's literally wearing a costume that he made. He's just a regular guy.
He's just some guy.
It's so weird.
It's so funny. Do you think he's like taking showers and shit?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. That might have to. That's one of my favorite images in the episode.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all break out. And they go and find the Rhino, who, like, they open the door, he's like, there, like, shit, guys, what's up? Like, desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously they get...
At least he kept his costume on, because that was...
He's kind of forced to.
Yeah, they didn't establish that he couldn't take his costume off before, but we know that from the comics, that he can't take it off.
I mean, like, we know that from, like, the first time we see him, because he's, like, in his apartment, just, like, in the costume.
He might just be weird.
He's definitely weird.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he doesn't even need any of the costume. Like, maybe he just loves rhinos.
Think about all the money he's saving on clothes.
We don't know anything about his origin in this show.
Yeah. The only thing I'm actually saving on dry cleaning, on, like, laundry and stuff, because he's just wearing that thing all the time. He must have so much free cash, if he wasn't in prison. And then we've got Doctor Octopus, who's just, like, been pretty much in the same position we found him in episode 4.
Yeah,
just
like
chained,
his arms like
chained up
to every corner of the room.
Like, he must be on, like, whatever that he's sitting on must be a toilet, because otherwise that's gross.
Yeah.
And they kind of break him out.
They hit him with a hose every now and again.
Yeah.
To, like, wash him down.
This is humiliating.
It's like a car wash in there.
So yeah, they break him out, and they go into a helicopter. And, like, they're running out, they're having a prison break, and this helicopter lands down, they all jump in, and they fly away to this remote location. And there's this bit where they kind of come out of the helicopter, and Kingpin's like, welcome! And it's like that bit in The Simpsons, where, like, Cletus, like, introduces all of his kids.
Kids, we're eating dinner tonight! Come on, Tiffany, Heather, Cody, Dylan, Dermot, Jordan, Taylor, Brittany, Wesley, Rumor, Scout, Cassidy, Zoe, Chloe, Max, Hunter, Kendall, Caitlin, Noah, Sasha, Morgan, Kira, Ian, Lauren, Hubert, Phil,
Chameleon, Mysterio, Rhino, Scorpion, Shocker, Doctor Octopus, my Insidious Six.
Yeah, let's see him talking.
Oh wait, yeah, when he just like says all their names.
Hey, Mysterio, it was Doctor Octopus, Shocker, Scorpion, Rhino.
But doesn't before this bit they fight Spider-Man?
No, that's after, I think.
Oh really?
Because they kind of bring them in to like this main building.
But that's how Kingpin introduces himself.
I think he's just like on a voiceover before, isn't he?
It seems weird for him to introduce himself twice, especially since the second time is a dramatic reveal.
He doesn't introduce himself the first time. He just says, like, yeah, like, welcome to my place. He doesn't say who he is. They come into this room and they're like, yeah, what the fuck's going on? What's happening? The voiceover comes on, like, yeah, I brought here for a very special task. And, like, they don't know what's going on, and then, like, they see Spider-Man just come into the room.
Yeah.
So, like, he's, like, jumping around, like, everyone's fighting him, like, get back here, Wallcrawler, and then, like, Scorpion shoves him and he just explodes.
Yeah, he just hits the floor and explodes. And then there's a great bit of Rhino just being like, oh, I guess he was a robot the whole time. Which is such a funny idea.
And the Doctor Octopus is like, no, you shithead, no, what the fuck?
Doc Ock immediately hates everyone. He's just like, everyone is stupid.
Oh, what do you know? All this time, Spider-Man was really a robot. Neanderthal. That wasn't a real Spider-Man.
Like, him and Scorpion immediately just, like, antagonize each other.
He is so mean to Scorpion in this episode, and it's amazing.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah, you think that, like, the whole shitting on Scorpion thing was done, but it's not.
No, it's never done.
Because you think, like, Doc Ock thinks everyone is stupid apart from him. Because he is smart and, he's arrogant.
Genius, yeah. But he especially hates Scorpion.
Yeah, because that group of, they're not the smartest guys in the world anyway.
Yeah.
But now he's also got like one of the stupidest of them, and he's just like, he can't stand it. Just like Scorpion being in the room is enough to piss him off.
He's angry that someone this stupid exists.
Scorpion doesn't even like really do anything, and he's still like, starts shouting at him.
No, Scorpion, you fucking idiot! And like Rhino was dumber than Scorpion.
Yeah,
And, like,
at least maybe Rhino is owning it more.
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious that he's stupid,
Yeah.
where Scorpion thinks he's smart.
Yeah, and Doctor was like, no. But yeah, that's a point where like they realise that it's a robot, and they're like, why? And that's when Kingpin comes in. He kind of has this massive reveal of like, I am the Kingpin. He walks in, he steps on the exploded Spider-Man head, just steps on it, and he's like, I have something to do. I wanted to destroy Spider-Man. And Doctor Octopus is me like, fuck off, mate. I've got my own plan. Mysterio does the same, and then the Kingpin kind of says like, well, didn't really work out too well for you last time, did it?
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, together we're going to do this. We're going to take him down. And everyone immediately just joins in. Scorpion's like, you're the Kingpin. I'm going to work for you forever. This is great.
Yeah. And they all put their hands in.
It's really funny and really cute.
Yeah. I mean,
See, there's a 6 on 5.
the best thing about this is this big dramatic plan, as we later find out, amounts to everyone run at him and hit him at the same time.
It's fantastic. Doc Octopus, he's not actually into it. He's like, I'm not going to work with you. And he wants to have like a dick measuring contest with the Kingpin. And he's like, I've got my own plan. I don't need you. And Kingpin's just like, well, you can have my lab. And I bet like Smythe in the background's like, what?
Yeah, I had this deal with you.
Yeah, like, you can't just like
What happens?
2 times it.
Yeah.
But like at this point,
He's still on that deal, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, you get a lab once you kill Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then Alistair's just like...
it's like moved in now.
Yeah, he's just like being strung along by the promise of like a full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just still on this unpaid internship.
Yeah, just like extending the internship every time. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, look, we haven't got any budget for like a full-time salary, so you get to work for us a bit longer. Don't worry, we'll pay for your travel.
Well, he did. He paid for his travel and gave him a hover chair.
Yeah, which is like more than any intern in
I
London
would be
gets.
down for that if they were if I was working a job and they were like, well, we can't pay you.
But here's a hover chair.
Yeah, just have a hover chair.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I don't need to live. I'll just live in my hover chair, it'd be great.
The plot seems clever enough. The climax ought to be intriguing.
Eventually, like, Kingpin kind of joined, like, fits into, like, put his, like, robot arm into the middle. And then you get, like, Sinister Six on 3. And then they have their little thing. Okay.
Insidious.
Insidious Six, sorry. Legally, we can't do that. Sorry, censors, my bad. Cut to Spider-Man running home. He's, like, he's depowered.
This is great.
This is fantastic. He's, like, hiding in the bushes and shit.
Yeah.
And he makes...
It's a good point that if anyone attacks him at that point, he's just a guy.
Yeah. He runs into his house. Aunt May's like, what's wrong, Peter? And he's just, like, in a blanket. He's like, I've been jogging. And she's like that? And he's like, yeah. And he says, like, oh, I'm not feeling too well, so I'm gonna go to sleep. And she's like, oh, well, I'll take you some soup. He's like, no, bitch, please.
Yeah.
And he goes to sleep. And you see the clock in the shot, and it's like, it goes from 7 to 9:30. And you're like, oh, Peter's had 2.5 hours of sleep. So he wakes up feeling better, his powers are back. And he walks downstairs, and he's like, Aunt May, look, I'm feeling much better. And she's like, have some breakfast. Oh, you were out for like a long time. And he's like, I thought I was out for 2 hours. And he's like, Peter, no, it's Thursday, Peter. And he's like, oh shit, I'm going to class.
Yeah, he slept for...
A whole day.
It was like a day and 2 hours.
Yeah.
The thing that with this is like, I get like that. Oh, I get. Yeah, he needs to sleep because I think he's ill or whatever.
He's fighting crime all day.
But he's got like shit to do, and she's like not thinking. He sleeps for a whole day, and she's like, yeah, fuck his studies.
Yeah.
Like, surely he's missing all these classes and
Yeah.
stuff. She's like, doesn't fucking matter.
Well, we're already like behind the rent, but let him get more student debt. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't eat his breakfast, and she's like, "Oh, that boy," and all that bullshit. We should probably mention at this point that Spider-Man has new threads.
Well, okay, yeah, Peter Parker does.
Yeah, Peter Parker has new threads. Yeah. Before we had this like turquoise and white like polo shirt.
Oh, I really do not fucking miss that.
It was
like,
hideous.
Polo shirt. This one, he looks more like an actual schlubby random guy.
Yeah, rather than some kind of like.
How would you describe it?
Pink t-shirt, and like a dark grey kind of like button-down shirt, but like open.
Yeah. And
it's like the sleeves are rolled up. It's the jeans. He's like, yeah, I'm up.
It's pretty 90s, but 90s in a way that like I dress like that now.
Yeah, it's kind of, like kind of grungy almost.
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing that like Chandler Bing would wear, like when he's not at work.
Yeah. It's grungy, but like a very clean, sanitized version of that.
Could I be any more sanitized? So yeah, that's how he runs to class, and he turns out he's late for class. This is Dr. Connor's class. And they're talking about neogenics, and they kind of bring up this one scientist from episode 6.
Who fucked up Scorpion.
Yeah.
Who made Scorpion. And it turns out he's the guy who was doing the neogenic thing that the spider, which was zapped and made Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right, which we've seen in the credits, but have we actually seen that in the show?
Don't think we had until this point.
No, okay, so they're just using the credits like animation, basically, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. This fucking neogenic recombinator.
It doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense.
It's the neogenic plot gun.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone just shoot them with the thing and then the powers.
Just wave it away.
Yeah.
Which is fair. That's how like Marvel Comics was founded in the beginning. They were like, Stanley was like, yeah, it was radiation.
Yeah, but at least he was like coming up with, I don't know, things to throw around with it. It's not the same specific science gun.
Yeah.
You know.
And they bring up his photo in this bit, and it looks like he's been arrested for a DUI. It's great.
It's really weird when they got to choose one shot of this guy, and then they choose one where it's like eyes are like half closed.
He looks like he's been arrested. It's like a mugshot.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's fantastic. So yeah, he kind of runs into class. He's late, obviously, classic Parker.
He turns up like the last like word, and then it's over.
And Connor was like, yeah, like thanks for showing up for my last word. This maybe we missed, but like apparently there's a research position coming up with Dr. Connors. So it's probably between Peter and like his usual like suspect of scientists. But at one point, Morbius shows up.
Michael Morbius.
Michael Morbius.
Yeah.
Who dresses like Jared Leto in real life.
Man. Like, you made a joke when we were watching this that he sounds like Tommy Wiseau, and I was like, oh, okay, he's got long black hair, he wears a big long black trench coat, and he has like a sort of vague Eastern European accent. I get where you're coming from with this, but the further this episode goes on, he is Tommy Wiseau. There's even a bit where he laughs, and he kind of goes like, and it's like, holy shit, that's an actual Tommy Wiseau laugh.
Oh my god, like...
He is Tommy Wiseau in this. It's, like, incredibly lame. I don't quite know what they're going for with him, because I think he's meant to be a bit, like, sexy foreign student.
But he's not sexy. He looks like he dresses like a vampire all the time.
Yeah, and when Felicia first sees him in this episode, it is kind of funny, because he kind of comes in charming, and she's like... Yeah, who gives the fuck, like, immediately.
It's like he's trying to be Antonio Banderas in, like, The Mask of Zorro, but, like, they couldn't get Antonio Banderas, they went for, like, Tommy Wiseau instead.
He's also got that same thing as, like, a lot of this show has, which is, like, everyone is super jacked.
Yeah.
He's not even anyone, he's just a random student, but he's already, like...
6'3", like...
So chunky.
Yeah.
I guess that's how Peter Parker can get away with it, because everyone looks like
chunky.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything except Harry Osborn, who's like scrawny as hell.
Yeah, he's the only one who looks like a regular person.
Even like J. Jonah Jameson, who's like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah,
he looks like J.K. Simmons in like Justice League.
yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. So yeah, we meet Michael Morbius, who immediately he swoops for Felicia right away. He's like, yeah, want to come back with me to my place? Yeah, and she's like no.
Stepping and walking in the way of Peter, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's friends with Deborah, right? Because you see him talking to her first, and that's how they first like interact.
Yeah. Spider-Man's being a bit pissy because I think like he's late for class and like.
I definitely had that. You know, when you're late for something and it's
frustrating.
It will like piss you off the whole day. So he's in this irritable mood. So he's kind of brushing Deborah off, and then Morbius is just. It's not like. I don't know, like Peter's being a dick and then he's responding by being a dick or anything like that. He just comes out and is just like being this smarmy asshole everywhere.
He's trying to like fuck his girlfriend and he's like, yeah, don't worry about him, but about Peter. And Peter's like, fuck off, dude, I can't do this today.
And then surprisingly, Felicia's actually like blows him off and then leaves with Peter.
Yeah, and having a little chat. But it's quickly interrupted by Flash, who just runs in like angry at Peter for no reason. He's like, Spider-Man's a good guy, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Peter's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, first,
how did you find me? Yeah.
First, Peter does get a date, right?
Yeah, he does get a date. Yeah, Felicia asks him a date, and he milks it.
Yeah, he loves it
so much.
The power dynamic in that is all off.
Yeah,
like that's not going to go well.
No.
So he's glad to have a date, but then Flash comes in with another like picture phone.
Yeah.
doesn't exist then?
Definitely doesn't exist. What the fuck
is it like a portable TV he's got?
That would make slightly more sense, but not really any sense.
Yeah, but anyway, he comes in and is like, he's mad at Peter because his boss is calling a new gang of criminals the Spider-Man Six.
And it's expressing this really like kind of angry, flustered way. He was like, Spider-Man is a good guy. Peter, this is your fault. And Peter's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's when he shows like this footage of Spider-Man running with like Rhino and shit. And you just know JJ's like cum in his pants. And he's just like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's here. He's evil, finally.
It's not like he's been impersonated by 2 other people recently.
At this point. This is a real one, I'm telling you. And Felicia's like, what do you think, Peter? And he's gone. He's just gone.
Yeah, it's like, you thinking that, like, there are situations where you can be like, oh shit, I have to go, or I have to take photos.
Doesn't bother with an excuse.
He sprints away so fast they don't even see him leave.
It's like the Dark Knight.
He probably, like literally just jumped onto the building because he got away so fast.
And neither, like, Felicia or Flash noticed. It's amazing. That's when we go to see, like, the scene where Rhino's trying to break into the safe, and Spider-Man shows up with some great cracks, and he fights Rhino, and he's like, oh shit, look, it's a Scorpion, and the Shocker, and Mysterio, and he realises that all his villains have come back together again.
Yeah, the way Mysterio comes in is great, because he gets like, he's running away from the others, and he goes into this tunnel, and then like a sort of an old steam train comes at him, but he immediately just stands and lets it go through, the hologram go through him, and just like, yeah, you're getting kind of predictable Mysterio, which I love. I kind of, it would be cool if we saw that in another Spider-Man movie, but I like going past the illusions working and then seeing him interact with Mysterio, like, for fuck's sake, stop
fucking with me, Jesus Christ. And at that point, Mysterio kind of like makes his grand entrance. He like appears in a puff of smoke, like, hello, Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, whatever.
It's good, like, he really thinks that everyone else thinks it's as cool as he does.
Yeah. He has this whole, like, arch-villain thing with him all the way through where he's like, Spider-Man will never be able to resist my genius plan. And at that point, Doctor Octopus comes in with his arms. And there's a brief altercation, and then, like, Doc Ock kind of whacks Spider-Man in his arms. It's like, oh shit, Spider-Man's already been defeated by these guys. But then the downside of having so many idiots in one place kind of shows itself, where they immediately start arguing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what is said, but, like, Scorpion just loses his shit at Doc Octopus immediately.
Yeah, and then Scorpion, like, shoots his arms so that he drops Spider-Man, because I think they all kind of want
to kill him
themselves.
Yeah.
Again, this dynamic, I want to see it in a movie. That would be
fantastic.
Cool. Not just, like, the action side, but just, like, the idea of
the squabbling
between these guys, which is great.
Yeah. Like, Doc Ock and Scorpion's dynamic is my favourite of the dynamics.
Back off, you pea-brained, uncoordinated, absurdly dressed excuse for a man! Who are you calling absurdly dressed?
Yeah, and Scorpion immediately gets his ass handed to him as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they start fighting and Doctor kicks the shit out of him. And, like, Spider-Man takes the opportunity to escape.
Yeah.
So he, like, runs away, he lands on a train.
Yeah, he kind of, like, falls into it as well, doesn't he? He's not even trying, he's kind of, like, clumsily getting away because he's getting fucked up. Because
we should mention his powers stopped working again.
Yeah, they've been, like, flitting in and out, haven't they?
So he's, like, falling off of walls, kind of, like... He tries to, like, web up, like, Doc Octopus's arms, and, like, they throw him away, and he, like, kind of notes that, like, my arm almost kind of came out of the socket there.
Yeah.
So, you know, he can't really swing or anything out while he's kind of in regular Peter Parker mode.
Yeah.
So he's on this train, and the Scorpion's like, I got it, guys. And he's actually, like, the first part he does really well. He kind of runs up to this train and, like, you dumb motherfucker. But he actually makes it. He's on the top of this train, he's like, where's Spider-Man? And then the pipe comes in, like Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he just gets, like, absolutely
just
floored. Yeah.
And we find out that Peter just changed back into his Peter Parker costume. So his regular clothes.
or is it?
Or is it?
What's the real mask?
Yeah. That's a question for another day in a Dark Knight podcast. But yeah, he kind of says, like, oh yeah, I have my clothes in my web sack, which is a thing that he has.
Yeah.
Which sounds gross and disgusting, but it isn't.
Yeah, I wish he didn't call it that. A web bag is better.
The web sack.
It's a good thing I kept my clothes in a web sack with me this time.
Okay, so from then on, we go to Dr. Connor's lab, where Spider-Man's like, what's up? My powers are fucking up. And Dr. Connors kind of has his DNA, and he's like, okay, this is what's happening, Spider-Man. Your blood's really fucking weird, dude. And he's like, there must be some neogenics involved. And Spider-Man's been making cracks all this time. It's really funny. But like what he's trying to cover up is the fact that like Neogenics is the reason he has his powers in the first place.
Yeah, they have the same dynamic, right? Because like Con is like wants to help him, and this is something that runs through in the comics as well, of like him wanting to like always be the guy to help out Spider-Man, because he's like, well, yeah, when I turned into a crazy lizard monster, you saved me.
You didn't kill me immediately like you should have done.
The jokes here are really good, and I think like this is some of like the best gags in there.
Yeah.
It's obviously deflection, but like it actually almost becomes like a montage of jokes, because it's just exposition line, gag, cut to next scene, exposition, joke.
Yeah, and it's the same bit. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got these powers in the quiz show," and it kind of goes into like how he actually got his powers. It kind of has the whole thing from the opening credits where like the spider goes in, comes out, and it bites him. He's like, "Ow!"
You were not born with your spider powers, were you?
No. I won them on a quiz show.
Amazing. These patterns imply neogenics is involved. But how could that be?
That was the category I chose.
Dr. Connors tells him that like whatever happened to him, like his DNA is maybe permanently changed. That whatever's happening to him may be permanent.
Yeah.
So
the funny thing about this scene is that everything he says is like mysterious and sounds kind of threatening, like, oh, what's going to happen next? But the things he's saying aren't actually that bad. Like he's saying your DNA may have permanently changed, which is like, well, yeah, he knows that because he's got powers now.
He's got spider powers.
And
you think something happened to me? Do you think it was a spider bite that did it?
And he's saying that like, oh, the powers, this might be permanent, or your powers could be lost forever. But he's like, it's all these mites. Like he's just like guessing.
Yeah.
He's not actually getting any information.
Yeah.
He's just saying stuff is happening to
Stuff
you.
is happening to you. I need to do more tests. And Peter runs with it. He's like, oh shit, I might not have powers anymore. For learning he may never be Spider-Man again, he's actually pretty upbeat about it.
Well, this is one of those episodes, right, where they don't really give the time for him to like wrestle with any of this. It's just shit happening.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, like, I get to go on dates again. And he's like, oh shit, that date with Felicia that I've forgotten.
Yeah.
So he kind of like...
But he goes all the way back to Aunt May's
for some reason. To change, maybe?
Yeah.
To like perfume his crotch? I don't know, like...
Perfume his crotch?
I don't know.
What a fucking phrase to just throw out. You know how it is, guys.
You just perfume your crotch.
When you got that big date and you perfume your crotch.
Your balls are sweaty from all that Spider-Man
perfume as a verb as well. I haven't heard that.
So yeah,
just imagining someone giving out free samples in a shop and you're like, just put that straight on my crotch.
Put it on my dick, man. A little like band, just put it down my pants.
Oh man.
Peter's like running home for his date. We cut to Felicia calling Aunt May, being like, "Where the fuck is Peter?" And Aunt May is like, "I don't know. He should have been home by now." And she starts to worry, which is classic Aunt May, but also super important.
Right.
Which we'll get to later. But yeah, so Felicia like slams down the phone like, "Oh, that Peter Parker, he's a late piece of shit as usual." And then she immediately gets mugged.
And then saved by Michael Morbius.
He kind of just comes in and like tackles him, like grapples with him. The police come. And he's like, comes out the coffee bean, and you're like, yeah, he probably didn't just follow her the whole way through.
Yeah. This guy's got, like,
He's so creepy.
I don't know why anyone is, like, won over by it. But Felicia's like, well, I guess you're now on my date.
Yeah. And he's like, he's there. And they go on the date, and it's really cool. And then...
Very cool date.
It's a very cool date. They have a great time.
Probably.
Yeah. So, we cut to the Insidious Six kind of rolling out.
Right.
And, like, Doctor Octopus kind of, like, gets on his arms and runs away. Everyone kind of does their thing. And then the comedian just, like, walks to the bus. He kind of, like, transforms into an old man.
Yeah, and just slowly walks away like, you guys scour the city, I'm gonna work this, like, bus stop. It's just walk in. Anyone seen Spider-Man?
It's really funny.
Comedians, like, he's got, like crazy good power, but it's useful in a very specific situation, right?
It's usually for a smart person, but he's kind of a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like he's the guy who should be hanging back until he's like super useful, not just like
I'm gonna dive in.
He should just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay at base right now because you guys don't need me right now.
Instead, he's like, I'm gonna transform into a homeless man. This is helpful, right? And they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where they went, but I think it might be the trench coat store because the next sign we get here, it's like Scorpion in like a trench coat and a hat,
But he's still got that the bright green costume.
He's got a goddamn tail coming on his back.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. And he walks into Doctor Octopus in the same trench coat. It's really funny.
With the hat and everything.
It's like they went through the exact same disguise. It's hilarious.
Yeah, not suspicious at all.
Not suspicious at all. And like Doctor Octopus is like, what are your dumbass doing here? And Scorpion kind of recalls that, yeah, I used to follow this Peter Parker kid because he took pictures of Spider-Man. And I figured, like, I go to his home, I might be able to find out where he is.
Right.
And Doctor Octopus is like, yeah, I had the same idea, but I'm smarter than you. So watch this is how this is done.
Yeah, and then he even gets his arms out and then, like, holds him up just to prove he's more powerful.
Yeah. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. Also, your disguises were bad enough as it is, but you've definitely broken them now.
Yeah.
Because just someone's in Forest Hills in Queens and just like looking out their window and they see octopus arms coming out of a trench coat.
With the knowledge that like they're broken out of prison like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He's like, what could that possibly be? So the cops have definitely come at this point.
Yeah.
Many times they should have come at this point. Anyway, we go to Peter Parker's house and we ring the doorbell and Aunt May's obviously been worrying. She's like, Peter? Is that you? And this is where we confirm that, like, of all the dumb characters in this show, Aunt May is the dumbest.
Oh, yeah.
She's a fucking idiot.
She's comic accurate dumb around Doctor Octopus as
Yeah.
well. Well, he says on Doctor Octavius, right?
Yeah.
And then
She goes, oh, you're a medical doctor? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, he didn't have a plan. He was, like, just gonna wing
yeah,
it.
because she immediately doesn't. She gives him all the information, right? She's like, "Oh, is Peter okay?" And then he's like, "Oh, right, yeah,
Yeah, he's collapsed. I'm his doctor."
It's a pretty good lie to come up with on the spot,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Good good improvisation. Good, like, winging it. Anyway, Dr. Octopus says, okay, Peter's collapsed, you need to come with me. And at this point, remember, he's still in a trench coat. He's still got his power suit on in the trench coat. He's like, yeah, come with me in this power suit. I'm definitely a medical doctor. And she's like, oh, you nice man. I'll come right with you. And then we cut to Peter, who's kind of like, oh, shit, I can't say Aunt May. I've got this date. And he's like, Aunt May? And he looks around the house and he finds this note which says, if you ever want to see your Aunt May again, come to this address. And Peter's like, oh, shit, I have 8 powers, but I've got to save my Aunt May. But, like, what he probably should do is just call the police and be like, oh, they gave me the address. Just go here.
You should definitely do that, because even if he's just trying to hide his identity, that would be what a regular person would do.
Yeah.
Also, the idea that he'd go home, like, Forest Hills isn't really that near, I imagine, anywhere near, like, where he's meeting Felicia. And he goes all the way out of his way to just change. Also, like,
That's what his perfume is.
the sequence... oh, yeah, of course. The sequence of events that have led him to go home as well. Like, there's been so many scenes in between that and him finding out that he was late for his date. At this point, like, it's turned to night and stuff, and it's like, he must be like 4 hours late or something, and he's still running to try and get there.
Which is, like, in character for Peter Parker. It's just
Yeah.
being 4 hours late for a date.
But at a certain point, you should just ring or give up.
It'll be like, I'm going to be late rather than, sorry, baby. I was perfuming my crotch for 3.5 hours. And that's when we cut to...
God, so much fucking stuff happens in this episode.
Cut to Doctor Octopus's lair. And they're kind of like watching Doctor Octopus pretend to be a doctor with Aunt May. And it's really kind of like, oh yeah, your son's going to be fine.
And Alistair Smythe is watching on a camera and he's like, well, thank God we already had this clinic on hand so that we could just have a fake hospital.
Yeah. And like, it's really funny because even the Insidious Six are like, this bitch is stupid. They're like, how the fuck is this working? And Scorpion kind of says, like, maybe like she's into him. Or something.
This feels like some weird, like, Fargo Coen Brothers scheme that's just getting wildly out of control. Like, they're so powerful, and yet all they've achieved is like abducting like an old lady who kind of willingly comes along. It's just really. Is this like the Lady Killers? Like, this is just the plot of the Lady Killers, but with like
superpowered villains. I would definitely watch a Coen Brothers movie with Sinister Six, though.
Just imagine, like, if you're, like, Silvermane or one of the people on that panel and they're like, alright, Kingpin, you got one last chance. They go, what's he up to now? Oh, he's abducted an old lady. He's abducted the aunt of a photographer for a paper.
And they've been how long? This is costing us how much?
They built a clinic to fool an old lady. What's going on? It's such a weird scheme.
Yeah. Like, if you're back in the boardroom, like, Kimber's getting tied up again, for sure. Like, there's no reason for any of this dumb shit. And yeah, like, they're kind of like watching Aunt May be duped by Doctor Octopus, and then someone goes, "Oh, Spider-Man's here!" And he's just running down the street.
Yeah, there's something really funny about that, because I mean, Rhino or Shocker, someone comments on the fact that, like, oh, I don't really normally see him on foot.
Yeah,
but it's because, like, not seeing him swing, he just looks kind of hilarious.
It looks really funny. Like, oh, that's Spider-Man. He's here. He's walking through the front door. The kind of pays Doctor Octopus, going like, "Okay, he's here," and he's like, "Sorry, Miss May, I must go out and save your son." And we cut to Spider-Man kind of getting through the door, and he walks into this room. And he sees Aunt May on a bed. And he's like, "Oh, Aunt May, what have they done to you?" And that's when like all the villains kind of come in, like, "We've got you now, Spider-Man. There's nowhere to escape." And it turns out like the Aunt May that he saw was actually the comedian earning his pay. And he's like, "We've got you now, Spider-Man." He transformed into this like really weird like witch version of Aunt May.
Yeah, and starts cackling. And
yeah,
stuff.
It's fucking creepy.
It's a cool idea, but I don't understand it because his whole thing is that he takes photos and transforms into the photos. Yeah. Did he like they do like an artist rendition of a witch Aunt May so that he could plug it in? I don't know. As a psychological figure, like that works better against Peter Parker than whoever he thinks Spider-Man is.
Oh, look at this creepy old lady. She turned into a witch. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that he was just bored between like Doctor Octopus and Aunt May? He's just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go fuck for this." Like,
maybe it was Mysterio's idea.
Yeah.
Maybe more sense it was Mysterio's idea.
Yeah. Like, "Hey, you know what you do? You know what you do? You should change it into a witch. That'll scare Spider-Man."
Yeah, and then he does it, and everyone looks at him, and he's like, "Motherfucker, that was so dumb.
Yeah.
Why did I listen to you?"
Mysterio's like, "What? You're such an idiot, comedian. Why would you think that?" And he's like, "This was your idea, you asshole." Fucking Mysterio. Anyway, yeah, so his little shitty, like, out-housing is done. Spider-Man is mildly put off by this old lady. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh shit, he's got no powers. He's gonna fight the Sinister Six. What's gonna happen? It's a to be continued. We don't know what's gonna happen next. And this is the first proper to be continued where I'm like, this is a good place to be a to be continued. Sometimes the episode just ended and I'd be like, okay. This is like an actual cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger before... We had one in the first episode of season 1, right?
The second one.
The second one, yeah. Which didn't really need to be continued because it had resolved the plot of that episode. Yeah. And then obviously it had to be continued with the symbiote stuff, right?
Yeah, after both episode 8 and 9. And also in the Hobgoblin episode.
Yeah.
The first one where he flies into the building and it explodes.
Which was just a random ad break moment, not really like an actual to be continued. This is actually a cliffhanger.
Genuine cliffhanger of like, what's going to happen.
Yeah, how does he get out of this one? And also probably a really good strategy to start your season off.
Yeah.
To make people want to actually watch it by starting with the good shit.
The good shit, like that sweet heroin straight into my veins. And it ends with like that kind of frame of like that really, really weird witch Aunt May. But yeah, that's the end of the episode, folks. Now, what do you think of season 2, episode 1?
I think that this is one of my favorite episodes already.
Excellent, isn't it?
It's some really good shit. It's very funny. It reminded me of some of like when we first started watching season 1, and I kind of got into it more than I thought it would because it was like funnier. It was like really fast paced. It was kind of a bit insane, but still had like, I don't know. There was no, especially in this episode, there was no sense of like that sit with anything, which normally bothers me, but like with this kind of insanity, it just worked.
You just need to go 100 miles an hour. I think the thing with the first season was that they were setting the groundwork so they could just do this.
Yeah.
So all the villains have been set up. We have all like the story stuff. Everything we need to do is just already there. Let's dive in.
And I also like that I don't know. They still could have done it differently. So much happened in this episode that if they could have easily resolved it all in one episode because they just went for it so fast. But they even got him to have like several fights, and to set everyone up and then do some extra stuff. I don't know. I hope it's not a case where the second episode is kind of like the Hobgoblin thing where the second part of the episode is more the same rather than like doing some other crazy shit.
Well, let's hope that happens. Let's hope we actually get like an actual second part of this episode. It gets a good resolution.
The one thing I would say that I think is most important to know about this episode is that I fucking love that every member of the Sinister Six has like a little headset microphone so they can keep in contact. Because it makes sense in terms of like, you think in say an Avengers movie, they always just put their hand to their ear and be like, Iron Man, what's the status of this or whatever, and you just assume like, oh yeah, they got a headset in their ear, and you don't actually think about it. But they got these like big bulky like gamer headset,
yeah, and
they almost like
call center headsets or something.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a boy band of like. You know, it reminded me of like Boyzone, like rising out of the stage so they can walk and dance and do their routines and still manage it. And then you think like behind every boy band is like a, you know,
like a dick manager who's just
like a Louis Walsh or something, you know, and the Kingpin is that guy,
the Simon Cowell.
Yeah, exactly, and they're like, and he's the one who says, he calls them the Insidious Six, right?
That's who you are now, yeah.
The Insidious Six. It's just a boy band name.
Yeah. It's a great boy band. Obviously, like Doctor Octopus is the lead singer. He's like the hunk of everything.
Yeah.
And you got like Scorpion's like the quiet, sensitive one.
Well, he's like the outsider one.
Yeah.
Like the more emo goth.
The sensitive one. Yeah. The girls kind of go for him. He's like, oh, he's so sensitive and sweet. And you got like the Rhino, who's like the buff one.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a rejected name was like instead of One Direction, the Six Directions.
Six Directions. The Backstreet Six.
The Insidious Boys.
Boys to Insidious. Insidious.
That is perfect. That is perfect. I don't actually know any new boy bands anymore. I just know the same like.
I think the last one there is One Direction. My brain was like
the worst idea I had was just like the band Five.
Six.
It's just six.
That band just had like another guy.
Yeah.
Or like there's one called like Blue, right?
Yeah. Oh, Blue was sick.
Oh shit, boy bands, man. There's a point where like my brain just stopped registering them. They were just random children.
I didn't even ask you what you thought of this episode.
I loved it. Like it was like, it reminded me of like the middle of like last season where like shit was just happening.
Yeah, like it had a good streak.
Yeah. Like I think the show is best when it doesn't stop to think about all the stupid shit that's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A couple of episodes last season was like, the episode 8 was good because it was contemplative and like slower, but like the other episodes didn't do that as well. They were better when they were just like on and going. Like, for example, episode 11 and 12. They were more like ponderous and shit, and it was just boring.
Yeah.
In theory, it's really interesting, like the Peter Parker stuff, but like in the episodes, it tends to slow things down and there's too much of it.
Yeah, sometimes they make it work and sometimes they don't. Like, I think the Doc Ock episode like had a lot of Peter Parker stuff, but they tied it into like the insane villain stuff.
Yeah, and therefore had some urgency to it.
Yeah, and this is urgent as fuck.
Yeah, the urgency of like the personal stuff makes it work. Whereas sometimes, like with like the Mary Jane stuff in episode 7, I was like, I don't really care.
Craven episode, right? Yeah. You do need to have that stuff in there.
You need it, but
yeah,
like
because otherwise it's like, who gives a fuck about like Mary Jane if we have never met her?
Yeah, but like it's better when it's tied into the episode and like Spider-Man's having to like deal with both of them rather than just having Spider-Man might fuck now.
I think with this, they want to start the season off with a bang, so they go for it. They
just slam down the accelerator. It's like a Mario Kart where like you're waiting to start the race. And when it goes to 2, you just like hold down the A, you burst forward.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. To extend the metaphor, a lot of episodes are like when you like hold down too late and you kind of just like wiggle in place at the start of a race.
Right. Yeah.
In Mario Kart metaphors, it was a straight to first place dash. Makes sense. In conclusion, I like this episode. We should watch more of them.
Yeah. Oh, I should also mention another thing I read. Is there's 2 Sinister Six members, like notable members that aren't in the Sinister Six, or the Insidious Six.
The Insidious Six for legal purposes.
And that's Sandman and Electro. And apparently it's because at this time, I don't know if this is verified or not, but it seems to be a common thought is that they couldn't do it because at the time Sandman and Electro were going to be the villains of the James Cameron Spider-Man movie that never got made.
Oh.
And there was some kind of thing where they were like, well, we're not going to use that because it's something like either like Sony temporarily had the rights to them, or like they didn't want it to clash the images of these villains. There was something like that where they were like, don't use them, and they're like, oh, okay. But it works fine anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to do this in season 2, you just use the 6 villains you've set up.
Yeah.
And you are scraping the barrel a little bit when you're like including Shocker
and the Rhino, and the Rhino's part of the original Sinister Six, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
So Shocker and the Rhino are the ones that have been added in.
Well, I tell you what, unless you have anything more, this might be a good transition point to add in, go into the comic origins.
The one thing I wanted to add was I thought that the James Cameron version had Doctor Octopus in it. There was this rumor that like, Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to play Doctor Octopus in a Spider-Man film.
I think there's a lot. Like, I don't think the movie got that far, so I think there was a lot of conceptual stuff and a lot. So I think there's a lot of like. There was probably a version that had that got canned.
Like a script or something that's just like loose around.
Yeah, I'd be interested. It's probably out there, that script. I'd be interested in tracking it down.
I'm pretty sure I've seen like bits of it where like Doctor Octopus, Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, "You're not Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man," and like shit like that, which I would have fucking loved.
Yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Doctor Octopus.
Yeah, I know, but this is this element of you. This is like we were talking about in one of our mid-season bonus episodes where we talked about the MCU Phase 4, and you were just like, yeah, just like do dumb bullshit and all these things that Jack loves. You know?
Yeah, like Zack Snyder's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, like there's no rhyme or reason. And it's this, you want Arnold Schwarzenegger as Doc Ock. I
genuinely think that'll be excellent though.
No, you don't. You're like willingly like you're the kid who like sets fire to like his toys just to watch them melt.
You sound like
and then
a
you
psychopath.
can't and then you can't play with them anymore. And then you go, oh, I would have liked to play with that, and your mum's like, well, don't fucking set them on fire then.
But it's fun. You know, I wasn't like a future arsonist. I just want to clarify for
I tell you
legal
what,
purposes.
I tell you what, if the Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't happen, you'd be talking about how great that would be. You know,
what?
Like what if Dane DeHaan was the Green Goblin and he just had spiky hair, and then Jamie Foxx is Electro? Because
I would definitely call Jamie Foxx as Electro. I was like, yeah. What if made him blue like an Avatar man?
Every dumb idea that's happened in a movie that you didn't like is something that you wished for in an alternate universe. You know, like what's a blockbuster that you've like hated the most in the last like 5 years? Venom. Yeah. If Venom was good, you would have said, I wish...
There was a scene where, like, Tom Hardy, like, eats a lobster out of the tank.
Yeah, although that is the best scene in that movie, and I stand by it.
That's the kind of crazy shit that I want in a movie.
Yeah.
But, like...
maybe that was a bad example, because Venom is a batshit character.
Yeah. And, like, maybe... I probably would have been, like, sarcastically been like, oh, yeah, that should be a part where, like, Michelle Williams, with the Venom symbiote, makes out with Tom Hardy.
You're naming all the bits about the movie I like, actually. Because I like that stuff. Cause
the
it's
crazy
like,
shit.
Because it's crazy. I wish the whole movie was that. And I think that's what some people... when they talk about it, they're like, oh, I love how crazy it was. I'm like, oh, there's a few crazy bits.
It was like a Sharknado thing where they were like, we can't make this good, so we'll make it just like batshit.
Yeah, it's not batshit enough. It was like a 10% batshit, 90% boring early 2000s superhero movie.
With some like bad stand-up like in there as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You were rolling out of your arms and your legs and your torso, walking on the street like a turd in the wind. Is this thing on? Hello? Tough crowd today.
I hated the Venom voice as well.
It was so stupid.
I mean, every Venom voice is dumb, but I don't know. Let's not talk about Venom. As soon as I asked that question, I was like, whatever your answer is, we're going to talk about it for too long.
Why do you ask me to talk about things? I'm not going to talk about them, man.
Alright, let's get into comics, right?
Oh yeah, comic book origins. Yeah, let's do that. So, we talk about the Insidious Six, but really, we know them as the Sinister Six.
Mm-hmm. Their first appearance was in the Amazing Spider-Man Annual Issue 1, which, until the first time I brought up annuals on this, you were unclear on them, and it's only just made me realise that people who don't read comics might actually be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But annuals are just annual issues, so they'll usually just be like a big story for that character, usually not really connected to their ongoing stories. It's just like a one-off, usually like a big thing of like a team up with a bunch of people. And that's where the Sinister Six first came in. And this is the first time, which was in 1964.
Oh, okay, fairly early.
Yeah, written by Stan Lee, drawn by Steve Ditko.
The original Dream Team.
Yeah. It was introduced after Amazing Spider-Man 16, so a lot of the villains that are in this issue, you know, have only been in it once before, apart from Vulture and Doc Ock, who have already come back because they were popular. But we start off the issue with Doctor Octopus. At this point, his arms have been removed from him. That they figured out how to, because they're fused to him. All these villains have stuff fused to them.
Yeah.
And
terrible skin.
Yeah, they're all like tragically like fused to things apart from Mysterio. So I guess
tragically fused to his own bullshit.
Yeah, they would just like look at Mysterio like, you don't have to be here.
You could be on like a movie set making thousands of pounds per minute, and he's like, but I want to do some bullshit though.
Yeah, just loving it.
Yeah,
but he has his arms removed, and they take it, and they move it to a different prison. But they're like, well, we're going to move this away from you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, they don't know that I can telepathically command them.
Because of course.
Yeah. So he gets them to break out, and then they come over to him and break him out of jail.
They probably should have like tested for that. They were like, this...
How do you test for that?
They'd be like...
I think this is the test.
Well, no, you kind of read like, how does he communicate with these robotic arms? And then they link to his spine. And that's when the doctors go like, no, he's got a thing in his brain where you can communicate with him. It's like a chip or something. Or just like he has like...
I don't think there's nothing about his like power over the arms that is deliberate. Like he used them mechanically when he wore them before, right? And then they were fused to him. So it would make sense for them to go like, oh, well, we'll take the arms off.
Okay, fair.
We were knowing that this is comic books and we're readers, but if you were
and like
in
Spider-Man
that world...
2 as well.
Anyway, Spider-Man... Okay, this next page is pretty low-key, but I think it's one of my like favourite just moments.
Yeah.
Very brief moments, which is... Spider-Man, he finds out that Doctor Octopus is broken out of jail by stealing a newspaper from JJ, which is so unnecessary, but he just like steals it from his window out of off his desk where JJ sat just to read it outside while JJ shouts at him. It's just like, it's such an unnecessary dick move, and a thing that I kind of wish Spider-Man would do just more in movies and stuff. He's a bit petty and stuff, but it's always like, you kind of understand why.
They just like, yeah, fuck you today, JJ, I want to read your newspaper.
And then while he's on this little web hammock, like reading it, and then Thor flies by, and he goes by so fast that the wind like knocks Spider-Man off until he's like hanging off the edge, and Thor doesn't even notice him, which is my favorite thing about it, because it's just
Thor.
Because it's just like Thor's doing Thor shit, and then this then becomes a recurring thing throughout this annual of guest stars that turn up so that they can have a little thing that says, oh, by the way, you can read Thor here in their own series. Yeah,
just like show up in like a universe thing and just go away again.
Then we cut to Kraven, Doctor Octopus, and Electro are hanging out. And there's, again, all this art is so good, but there's a lot of them just hanging out, which is just weird to see anyway. Just these really strange, colourful characters who had no interactions before, all hanging out in the same room. And Doctor Octopus is like limply holding a cigarette as well, which is just like a great detail about him.
Where would they hang out? Like,
they don't specify locations in most of this. They're in just a room. The best thing as well is that as they're waiting, Electro's just zapping things randomly, like clearly bored. Kraven stood in the room awkwardly, like not saying anything.
Like hunting the bugs on the ceiling.
Yeah, Doc Ock is smoking. And then Mysterio comes in the door, but like there's no like dialogue, but he like comes in with billows of smoke. And it's just so like who is he impressing? He's just like, Mysterio is here.
Yeah, and everyone's like, okay, cool.
Like, look how great this panel is.
Look how pissed off Doctor Octopus looks with him. He's just like, oh, god damn it.
And then there's Doc Ock smoking, which is great.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up late, asshole.
Speaking of trench coats, we then cut to a guy looking very suspicious with a trench coat on. He walks by Peter, and Peter's spider sense goes off. But before he can like follow him, Flash comes up and starts starting shit out of nowhere.
Classic Flash.
He starts a fight with Peter, and weirdly enough, then around the corner, Doctor Strange appears. He just appears there, and then he's like, "Oh, foolish boys fighting, Mister. You know, why are you fighting?" And then Flash like misses Peter and like falls towards Doctor Strange, but then falls through him because it turns out it's just Doctor Strange's astral projection.
Yeah.
And then there's another like, "Oh, you can read him in Strange Tales or whatever the fuck."
So, wait, does Doctor Strange know that Peter's Spider-Man?
No.
So why is he watching these two boys fight?
He's just walking by. He's just a bystander. He's just hanging out in his astral form. And he sees them fight, and then Flash goes through him, and he's like, "Well, I'm going back to my own comic," and then flies away.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't even like. He either doesn't see Doctor Strange or he doesn't give a fuck. He just ignores him. He's like,
fuck that dude.
I'm following this trenchcoat guy, and he goes after him, and he watches this guy go into an alley. He changes into his Spider-Man clothes to chase him, and this guy goes into an alley. But then when Spider-Man goes to tackle him, it's just clothes.
Oh shit!
And it turned out he was above a drain, and it was Sandman. He was just drained through and left all his clothes behind so he can go into the sewer. But he's like, I couldn't be fucked to fight him right there.
Yeah.
I need to go meet up with Doc Ock. Spider-Man goes home, but he sees Aunt May through the window, and she's just like tearfully looking at a photo of Uncle Ben, who presumably she does that just constantly.
Yeah.
That's when he reminisces about his origins and stuff, and it's like,
Well, Spider-Man.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Ben's ghosts.
Right. I remember before I died horrifically. So at this point, Spider-Man hasn't had his own origin, like,
No, they have.
like
It's
15 issues ago.
I think at this point they're not. These issues aren't like massive, and it's
Okay.
also the first annual, and it's like, hey, do you want to read Spider-Man? Come.
This is his story, I guess.
Come, like, you know, this is your gateway drug, you know,
Yeah.
to the Marvel universe.
This is your first hit. First hit
Exactly.
spree,
So
yeah.
he has like a page-long reminisce about his origins. But then he starts thinking about Uncle Ben, and he starts getting on that guilt thing of like, oh, it's all my fault. Oh, God, I have to be Spider-Man just to make up for it. And as he's starting to hate on himself, he loses his balance and then falls, grabs onto a flagpole, and realizes he doesn't have his powers anymore.
Oh, shit.
And he's now just hanging from a flagpole and like trying to figure that out.
At this point, isn't it like the third time this has happened by this point?
I think this might be the first time. I don't know, maybe because I
No, there's one part where like Doctor Octopus like fights him and he has a cold and he gets like his ass kicked.
Oh, he always has things with like where he has a cold. That is maybe a few issues before or a few issues after.
Okay.
But it's not normally like him losing his powers, but like he's just sick, or he's had no sleep, or there's some bullshit in his personal life that's making it harder.
Okay.
This is just
He doesn't have powers.
Yeah, and it's very much like this episode, and very much like Spider-Man 2 actually, with the just
Suddenly they don't work.
yeah, suddenly they don't work, and especially like in Spider-Man 2 when it's kind of linked to his confidence.
Yeah, or like his his sense of purpose.
Yeah, so it's literally right after he's like, oh my god, it's all my fault, fucking Uncle Ben's dead because of me, and then he falls. You know, without his powers, he's just hanging from the
Just a
thing.
dude.
And there's at this point that the Fantastic Four fly by in their Fantastic car. Do you know that, by the way, the Fantastic car?
No.
Yeah, they have a car.
Why does Johnny Storm need a fucking car?
What the rest of them do? He normally like
Flies alongside it.
flies alongside her, or he just sits in there. I mean, it's like saying like, why have a car? You can walk.
Hello, we live in London.
Well, okay, yeah, okay, bad example.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can. Like, I'm assuming flying is effort.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. Maybe he's just lazy today. He's like, yeah, maybe I won't.
Well, either way, like the thing can't fly.
The thing can definitely not fly.
Yeah.
You can barely run.
So they have a car. It flies through the air. They call it the Fantastic Car because, of course, they do.
Of course they do.
And they go by and they see Spider-Man hanging from this flagpole, and then they all sort of have their own comment on it. And like, I think the thing is like, oh, he's just showing off. And then Sue is like, we should help him. And then Reed is like, oh no, he's a lone wolf. We should leave him behind.
Reader is just such an asshole.
And then
all the time.
and then Human Torch is like, he's just clowning around, and so he's just like goofing around on his flagpole.
Yeah. Help me! Oh, that's Spider-Man. Just
They go by, he's not helped, so he like very slowly climbs to the top of the building and then changes into his clothes and just walks
down.
Oh no, he goes on. It's the same as in this episode actually, where he doesn't have his clothes, so he's running through the streets and like trying to hide, and leading to one of my favorite panels, which I did screenshot and use for my Twitter account, No Context Spider-Man. If you guys want to check that out on Twitter,
You should follow that on Twitter, guys.
link in the description below.
Absolutely.
But he, it's just a shot of him like hiding from people, and he thinks like, I don't want to get unmasked by people. I could be taken down by anyone right now because I've got no powers. And he's just hiding behind a fence, and there's a little dog, and he's like holding his finger to his lips and like to shush this dog. There's a lot of goofy stuff like that. He runs presumably all the way from Manhattan back to Queens.
Shit.
Yeah, and then he changes, gets into bed. When he's there, he's like, I got no powers, so I guess I'm not Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah.
And he's kind of wrestling with that a little bit. Meanwhile, Sandman and Vulture join in on the Sinister Six.
Oh, shit.
So that's your setup. You got Doc Ock, Vulture, Sandman, Mysterio, Electro, and Kraven. That's your Sinister Six.
Okay.
So it's obviously a different setup.
It's like 3 in, 3 out.
So you got no Electro or Vulture because he's not in the show yet, and then you got no Sandman because he's not in the show at all.
Yeah.
And then
You got like Rhino, Shocker, and Chameleon instead. Craven could be in there, but he's...
Yeah, at this point, Craven's depowered in the show, right?
He's just like hanging out in like
so
the jungle.
it would have been too much work because they would have had to have a reason for him to come back and have the serum and then have a motivation, which he wouldn't have.
Yeah. He wouldn't care about Spider-Man at this point.
Anyway, they have a discussion which is quite funny, where Vulture and Mysterio are both like, we all failed by ourselves, let's all attack him at the same time.
Yeah.
And then Sandman and Kraven are like, no, I'm going to do this by myself. I'm not fighting with anyone else.
Classic Kraven, really.
Yeah. And then Doc Ock then says like, well, I've got a hat full of cards. What we'll do is we'll all fight him individually, but we'll do it like
In
one
order.
by one.
Yeah.
And you pick up a card and it will have the location and the order. So they all pick out a random order. It's like this weird parlor game they do.
Yeah. That potty game.
Then they play Ring of Fire.
Craven downs a dirty pint.
The dirty pint is like his jungle potion. Meanwhile, Peter's like kind of bummed out. So he skips school and goes for just a walk by the docks. And while he's there, he just sees Giant Man and the Wasp, who are just fighting crime. And he's like, okay.
Cool.
And then obviously another advert for them. Meanwhile, Aunt May, there's a lot of weird parallels in this with the show, which I didn't really expect. They did adapt a lot of stuff because you get Aunt May, she rings the school to because she's worried about Peter. Finds out he's not there. Rings the bugle. He's not there. She gets worried. Yeah, so she then thinks there's something wrong with Peter. It's probably his girlfriend's fault. His girlfriend is Betty Brant at this point.
She goes to like kick the shit out of this poor.
So she goes to the bugle where Betty is the secretary there, and then Sandman and Electro just drive up to the front of the bugle. Betty and Aunt May just like willingly get in a car and get abducted. And it's only JJ who's just looking out of his window, and he goes, "That's Sandman and Electro. Why is my secretary getting in a car with them?"
What?
Yeah.
They're not like disguise. They're just like, hi, I'm Electro.
They're not like making a big thing about it, but they're just in the car, and then maybe they had a gun that they just don't show. But
Aunt May's like, nope.
It's pretty dumb. But then they're taken to Doctor Octopus's lair, where of course Aunt May is immediately won over because he brings them into this room full of the Sinister Six, all known criminals, all look evil as fuck. Doctor Octopus got his arms out and everything, and then he's just like, "Oh, hello, thank you for joining us." And she's immediately like, "Wow, what nice manners! What a lovely man!" And then Betty Brant is like, "Well, look at his arms! Like this guy's done some shit." And Aunt May's like, "You shouldn't, judge someone by how they look.
You shouldn't judge them with all the crimes that they did."
Yeah. So it's again like this very stupid bullshit Aunt May.
How did she survive this long in the world?
Yeah.
How is she this old?
Yeah. How did she survive New York in the 70s? Oh wait, no, that's before this point, isn't it?
Yeah, she's New York in the 60s.
Oh right, yeah.
She's probably getting like mugged every other day. Like imagine she was alive right now and she's like, this nice Nigerian prince is gonna give me his money.
Well, she's always worried about Peter's health and
Yeah.
Peter getting hurt. Maybe it's because she's the one who's like constantly wandering down dark alleys and like falling into manholes and just like all this stupid shit's happening to her because she's an idiot. And she's like, I assume this must happen to Peter.
Yeah. Isn't everyone this stupid?
Anyway,
Just like choking on hot dogs and stuff like that.
Anyway, JJ, after seeing this, he rings Peter and says, "Come down here. I saw like your girlfriend and your aunt getting into a car with Electro."
And he's like, "God damn it, why?"
She's like,
Fucking Aunt May.
just back on
This is the third time this week.
And the weird thing about him calling Peter or him seeing this event is kind of unnecessary because then immediately Vulture flies to the window and tells them, "You should put an ad in your paper to tell Spider-Man that we have captured Betty and that he should go to Stark Electric Building 4.
Oh shit.
Is
that the Stark?
Yep. JJ then rings the Fantastic Four to ask them if they've seen Spider-Man. And they're just like, they say the same thing as before, like, yeah, we don't know him, really. And then Reed rings the Avengers, and Captain America's the only one home. And it's just, I don't know, this is sort of really funny because Cap is just like, yeah, I haven't met him.
What the fuck are you talking
yeah,
about?
because this is early enough. Like, Cap has pretty much been unfrozen like a month before. He's like, who the fuck is Spider-Man?
Just figure out how to use his phone.
Yeah, exactly. There was like a video phone. He's like, how is your neck doing that? Then the Human Torch puts like a fire message in the sky to say for Spider-Man to go to this location, and the X-Men are like looking at it and are like, should we help? And then Xavier's like, keep training. Yeah, don't go help people.
No. They already hate you enough. Why would you go help them?
Yeah, that's not the premise of this series.
Yeah.
Peter then kind of has a similar thing as in this show where he's like, fuck, I've got to go and fight him anyway. So he suits up and goes along to that first location. And who do you think's going to be in Stark Electric?
Pepper Potts. No. The big wheel.
No, it's Electro.
Ah, shit. Of course, yeah.
And a great detail here is that he has to like shimmy under the fence to get in, which is kind of a weird indignity when you're so used to just like swinging and jumping around.
He's just like, oh god damn, I'm gonna get my...
And he goes in, finds Electro. Electro is supercharged because he's like using the plant's power.
Yeah.
He shoots lightning at him and Spider-Man dodges it, and he's like, oh shit, my powers must have come back if I dodged that.
Yeah.
He then does something which I don't know if the science of this works or not. He grounds himself by like tying a wire around his leg. And isn't that what, like, if you're grounded, that's how electricity hurts you, right?
Yeah.
If you're grounded.
It's yeah. Like, no, so like if you wear like rubber soles will be a grounding thing, so they can't like flow from like thingy to thingy. So if
what I mean is basically he jumps in the air with this wire wrapped around his leg.
Yeah. So
when he's struck with electricity, it doesn't hurt him.
It goes through him. Yeah.
Does that work?
I don't. Yeah,
as opposed to him jumping in the air with nothing on him, where he's not grounded at all.
Like electricity works, and like if it has a place to flow, it'll flow through you, and you don't really want that. Then that's the opposite. I think that will probably hurt more. Yeah.
Well, anyway, he does that, and it means he can take the hit. He lands and takes Electro out with one punch.
Yep.
Another thing they do in this comic is that every fight he has a moment in it where it gets one full page spread, a massive one panel, and it's actually, some of them are really great. This is the Electro one of him landing that one punch.
Look at his face. It's great.
He takes him out with a whop, and then after that he takes him out. He finds on him a card which has the next location.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's some weird like video game thing.
Yeah.
Of like, that's the boss fight is done. Now I've got to punch 1,000 thugs and just beat them up across New York City. It's
like a really like romantic puzzle you set for your girlfriend on your anniversary. Yeah. And the last card you like in like a secluded restaurant.
Yeah, but unfortunately this one, instead of a secluded romantic date, it's an octopus man.
So romantic date.
Yeah. As he's leaving, he sees Iron Man, who's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then Spider-Man's like, yeah, no time. And just like swings away and ignores him.
Deal with this, dude. And Iron Man's like, okay, I'll deal with this electricity man who just left in my building.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, asshole.
He heads to the World's Fair, where he's immediately attacked by a leopard.
I wonder who that is.
So unfortunately, it's not the 7th member of the Sinister Six. It is Craven.
Yeah.
Who has 2 leopards.
Of course he does.
Yeah. And he's trained them, so...
Oh, I love Craven so much.
And he's surrounded by... And then you get another full-page spread.
Of him punching a leopard?
Of him like, shoving 2 leopards out of the way while dodging Craven.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So...
Of course he trained 2 leopards.
I like all they're figuring out plots and they're all discussing them, and the lecturer's like, I'm going to go to a power plot and supercharge my powers. And they look to Craven's like, I'm going to attack him with 2 leopards.
Got these leopards I've just got lying around. I might as well use them, right?
I've been training them for like 8 years.
For this exact moment.
And the best thing is...
I raised them from birth to fight Spider-Man.
The best thing is that Spider-Man doesn't even like fight him. He grabs his card and then swings away.
He's like, no, fuck this shit. I'm not fucking with these leopards, you crazy?
Yeah, so he swings away. Craven can't catch him, obviously, because he's
leopards,
just a guy.
go!
Fly!
Fly, leopards! You trained your entire life for this! And they're like, oh shit. Guess you're pointless now, because I have to euthanize you now.
On the way, the Human Torch shows up to help him, and Spider-Man's like... At first he's like, fuck off, and then he listens to him, and he's like, no, I've got to do this on my own. This is a solo mission.
Yeah.
And then... He turns up at the 3rd place where he meets the X-Men, which is early days, so you're only seeing Angel, Cyclops, and Beast.
Okay.
They all attack him at once, he doesn't understand why, but then he punches one of them and their head explodes, and he's like, oh, they're all robots.
They're robots.
Yeah. After he beats them, he sees a steel door, he jumps at it, his spider sense tells him that it's not a real door. He jumps through, and of course, Mysterio is there with a big control panel, like usual.
Ah, shit.
And then
turns out Cyclops was a robot this whole time.
Of course, I forgot to mention that meanwhile, Doctor Octopus is using his many hands to pour tea and offer hors d'oeuvres, which you can see here.
Man, you make an excellent waiter.
Yeah, and of course, like, Betty is like losing her shit, and Aunt May is saying, such a charming gentleman.
Yes. With his evil robotic arms.
And then here's the full page spread of him fighting Mysterio. Still fucking love that design.
Excellent design. Obviously he gets knocked out in one punch, right?
It's a weird fight actually, because he does the thing where he like releases all the mist everywhere. Spider-Man's just punching wildly, but then he notices the card on the floor. He goes for the card, but the card is lit on fire. And this is a weird thing, but he sees the card's on fire, so he puts it out. He can't read it. So he webs it up and then peels the webbing off so that the writing would have imprinted on the web.
Sure, okay. Whatever.
And then he says, I've got to concentrate harder than ever before. It's up to my spider sense to detect the message that was written here.
Would it be easier to use the spider sense in the original card?
Yeah, I also don't understand how the spider sense reads the past of written messages as opposed to a danger sense.
Yeah.
But I think these are in the days where the spider sense isn't...
This is like arbitrary wherever we need it to be at that time.
Yeah, and also I feel like maybe this is with the whole Marvel method, maybe he was actually like just reading it.
Yeah.
And that's how Steve Ditko drew it.
Yeah.
And then Stanley was like, he used his spider sense to read it.
Steve Ditko's like, fuck it, whatever. That doesn't make any goddamn sense, Stan. It sounds like, don't worry, I got this.
We get like a comedic interlude to one of my favourite things, which is Jonah Jameson is like impatiently waiting for shit to happen and has told everyone to leave him alone. So he's just pacing around his office, and then he sees a spider hanging from the window, and then he's like, if Ant-Man can speak to ants, maybe Spider-Man can speak to spiders. So he starts yelling at the spider. And it's really great, and there's this great shot of the other bugle staff like peeking through the door, and he's just shouting at a spider.
Where's Spider-Man?
It's great. Meanwhile, Spider-Man turns up at the next location. He sees a card on the floor. He goes up to get it, but then Sandman rises up. When he grabs the card, when he gets the card, it activates walls to rise up around him until they're trapped in this like iron cage.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sandman sort of has the upper hand here because he can't really avoid him, but they just fight until Sandman runs out of air.
He just suffocates
Because it's airtight, and he just runs out of air, and Spider-Man can hold his breath longer.
Yeah.
So he passes out, and Spider-Man leaves.
That's just humiliating.
Yeah. Then we get Spider-Man heads to face off against the Vulture. Lucky for him, pulled the card where he's fighting on top of a building.
Okay.
He has a weird plan, which is to shoot oil through a little pipe at the top of the building so that Spider-Man slips up and falls off. And then he uses like the beat of the wind from his wings to like blow Spider-Man back so he falls off the building.
Yeah.
But then of course he just gets back on.
Yeah.
And then he lassos him and swings him around, but then Spider-Man ends up using the same rope to lasso him and then jumping on his back. He just rides him around on his back for a while and then webs him up.
Yeah.
So he just gets completely owned.
He's not even trying to beat him. He's like, I'll do this now, Spider-Man. What do you do now? He's like, I'm just fuck around now.
I've been beaten by this guy twice now. This time I'll bring oil and a lasso.
Yeah. You've never been lubricated and tied up, have you, Spider-Man? He's like, well, not a Spider-Man, let's say that.
He probably got some weird looks when he was at the store. Like this old man buying loads of
oil.
Like, just like a rope and then loads of massage oil. Then
sex thing.
Then Spider-Man turns up at an old castle, which is the next location.
Yeah.
And he goes in and he sees Doc Ock without his arms, and he goes to fight him, but then their arms sneak up on him.
Oh shit.
And start fighting him. Spider-Man ends up having to run away, at which point Doc Ock returns the arms to him. Spider-Man's walking around this spooky, haunted mansion, Scooby-Doo shit, falls through a trap door into a giant fishbowl full of water.
Oh no.
At which point Doctor Octopus puts on a scuba suit.
Oh, fucking hell no.
And then tells him, I'm going to defeat you in a manner most befitting of my name. I shall join you in that giant fishbowl and attack you just as a real octopus would.
So he sprays ink on him?
Well, that's what he looks like in his little scuba suit.
He looks stupid as hell.
Yeah. Look how hench his arms are, though.
No, that doesn't make any sense. His arms really look like weedy, like atrophied arms from all the octopusing he's been doing.
I guess he hasn't been doing it that long.
No.
And he didn't have his arms in prison, so he just got jacked.
He's been like the prison jacking. Something weird.
Spider-Man's at a disadvantage in the water, but then he just sprays his webs everywhere.
Yeah.
So that the arms get tangled up in it.
Yeah.
And then he just leaves.
He's like, thanks, I'll see you later.
And then, of course, he goes to find Aunt May, opens the door, like, slams it open to find them both, and Betty is like, oh, thank God Spider-Man's here, whereas Aunt May is like, oh God, he entered without knocking. Doctor Octopus never would have done that.
You're goddamn kidding me, Aunt May.
Yeah.
Actually, she tries to eat a biscuit and, like, puts it in her eyeball by accident.
And then Spider-Man goes on, he changes, calls the police, comes back as Peter. Aunt May gives him loads of shit about, like, using slang, which is really weird, because it's like because there's stuff which you think now you would not think of as slang, which is apparently slang here. Like, he asks her if she's shook up, and then she says, don't use that horrible slang. Which you think, I guess that was slang.
That was shook up back in the 60s, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's this whole weird comedic bit where they get home and Aunt May goes into another room and screams, and they're like, oh no, and they run in, and it's only because she's so upset that they missed a showing of the Beverly Hillbillies. And at this point, Betty says, in a great shady moment, she says to Peter, like, your aunt's a very unusual woman, Peter. And she has, like, the most angry look on her face. So it's just like, I've been in a room with this fucking bitch for, like, hours with her just talking
being
nonsense.
herself.
Very unusual.
Yeah. I fucking hate your aunt.
And then, of course, it's a sort of happy ending. The Sinister Six are all in their cells. Well, in their cell. They've all got the same cell.
Oh, God.
So they're all
These
just
bunk buddies.
Yeah, they haven't even got bunks. They're all just sat on the floor, like, lounging around, like, depressed. It's actually a really great panel. It's all in their costumes, but unmasked.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the Sinister Six. Sinister Six actually don't turn up again for, like, another 300 issues.
They kind of suck.
What? How do you mean?
like, who were not even that threatening.
Yeah. See, the thing is, they have to
like, band together.
This is an extra long issue, so it's like 70 pages as opposed to like 30 pages.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more stuff going on, but that still means that he has Stan Lee would have to like get these fights over and done with quickly. So all the fights are like 2 pages as opposed to like a 10-page fight as per usual. So there's a lot of him beating people easily. It's also, I love that just like he's just focused on the mission.
Like, he doesn't even bother with, like, the fucking leopards.
Yeah, like, Craven's on his bush, he's like, oh, I will claim my victory, and he's like, thanks for the card, bye.
Bye now.
So why would I fight you? Like, I don't give a shit.
Fight these leopards.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about honor.
I got this woman to save. And also, the game plan just seemed to be maybe Spider-Man will get tired after 3 or 4 of these.
Well, I think it's just like their idea was like, we'll take them on one, we won't get in each other's way. We've almost won before each on our own, but like by the time he gets further down the line, he's going to be more fucked up.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a point when he defeats like the 4th person, and he's only got Vulture left. That's when Doc Ock's like, okay, he might actually get to me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make a plan how to fight him. I'm gonna.
Oh, I got a giant fishbowl or something. I could use that. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Just improvises it.
Yeah.
Shit, you're actually here. Like, he comes in and, like, Doctor Octopus is just, like, in his, like, boxes, like, oh shit, you're here. Oh, you're here, Eddie. I'll just go change.
But it's also the classic arrogance thing getting in a way, because each of them are like, well,
I'll be one to defeat him.
Yeah, and also, like, we're not even going to need number 4, because I'm number 3 and I'm going to take him out easy.
Yeah, like a bit like in the episode as well.
Yeah, but then this is that thing, like, there was that tweet, right, which was like, you know, it's so embarrassing that 6 men were failed to, like, kill one 16-year-old boy.
They failed spectacularly.
Exactly.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's the comic book origins of the Sinister Six. They were hilarious, and I enjoyed every bit of that. That was amazing. That must bring us to the end of the episode.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in to Season 2, Episode 1 of That 90s Spider-Man Show. So what we want you to do from now on is just kind of subscribe and review our podcast. Obviously, you're listening to it, so you found it.
A little bonus thing, like to give us a good review or something.
Yeah.
Why not?
I desperately crave the validation. And I know I said it last time, but that's because I really, really need your validation.
Yeah, he needed it last time. Imagine now.
Yeah,
he's got that Season 2 itch.
Yeah. My planet-sized ego needs to be supported and fed. So please rate and review. And yeah, like, follow us on social media, YouTube, all that jazz. You know the deal by now.
Yeah, all links below. We've got the Tumblr, the Instagram, the Twitter.
The Facebooks. Not yet, but soon. Yeah, you know the deal, guys. But yeah.
It makes it worse than you keep saying, we will have a Facebook.
We'll have a Facebook, eventually. By the time Facebook goes bust in like 2 months.
Yeah, we're going to have one for like 1 day, and then it'll get
shut down.
Yeah.
Go the way of Bebo.
Yeah, we should get a Bebo.
Yeah, find us on Bebo.
Find us on Friendster.
Yeah, be on our top 6 on MySpace.
Find us on LinkedIn. Connect with us on LinkedIn. You probably already got a notification from us on there. We're one of those guys.
Swipe on us on Tinder.
Yeah, exactly. On Hinge.
Yeah, anywhere on the internet you can find that Anti Spider-Man Show. But
and we got the blog, the WordPress blog.
Excellent WordPress blog, yeah.
Yeah.
We got everything. You can find us literally anywhere.
Do you say word blog?
The word blog thing, yes.
It's a blog full of words. You can find us there.
We can read a lot of words there.
Yeah, there's loads of words. I put up some recent words on it.
Yeah, some less recent words, like all manners of words, really.
Yeah.
Speaking of words, we've said altogether way too many.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna clock out now, but thanks for tuning in, and remember, please subscribe and do that. That's the end of
you set yourself up like you really had something.
I didn't have anything. I was like, I can think of something in a moment.
It's fine to not have anything.
Yeah. But yeah,
some days we don't have anything.
Some days don't have anything, and that's what you have to remember sometimes. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Go about your lives.